after having a nice glass of Pepsi, a nice hot shower, and watching two Japanese women eating each other's pussies and jerking off to it, I feel much better, calm, cool, and collected to where I can come on camera and talk to you all about my best films of this particular year. Now, I do happen to have some honorable mentions. As for what they are Crawl, Parasite, Shaun the Sheep 2 Farmageddon, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Missing Link, Hustlers, and Us. So those are my honorable mentions. Now, in terms of my top 10, I think you folks are going to be a little bit satisfied exactly with what's going to be on this list. Little surprises here and there, but you know what? That's okay. Nothing dangerous at all. So let's go ahead. Drop your cock, grab your socks. Let's start off with number 10. Number 10, we're going to be starting off with a superhero movie based off of a kid who wants to be a superhero. 14-year-old boy has a wish, wants to be the superhero of his dreams, and lo and behold, he does. This film is filled with so much heart, charm, action, laughs, and a goofy sense of humor that was just completely engaging to watch, and it has a lot of Easter eggs. That movie is Shazam. This film alone is just something incredible of a watch. It was intriguing, and I absolutely had myself a nice, fun laugh. And the dialogue for the whole entire movie was was incredibly funny. Like, I had a great laugh throughout the whole entire thing, and it had some amazing, heartfelt moments. So Shazam is my number 10. Okay, coming in at number 9, this is surprisingly my animated film of the year. Now, this film was a perfect send-off from the previous two ones. Now, you can say arguably that this is the best trilogy today in terms of animated films that's going on. The first film was great, the second film was just iconic, and the third one was just an incredible send-off to what was transpiring, especially with what the story is reflecting against and exactly what the goal is now. We all know Toothless, Lovable Dragon, trying to find more species of dragon type him, along with a little bit of an addition of a romance I feel that was just absolutely cute, so witty, so relatable, and just so goofy with its nice humor. It was absolutely adorable. My number 9 is How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World. For what the title is specifically saying, The Hidden World, it lives up to the full expectations. It's amazing to me how this particular trilogy came a long way from from starting off something small to where Hiccup was just a young lad meeting a dragon that thought was going to hurt him, but no, ended up being his best friend in the entire universe that he lives in. And to where he's at now, it's incredible. For some reason, every time I look at Hiccup, he reminds me of Jake Gyllenhaal. All right, coming in number 8 now. This right here is my action film of the year. Now, back in the 80s, there was always that one specific action star, whether it's a man or woman. There was always that one iconic figure that you had to come out and represent badass. Not just if it's like one or two movies, but specifically what the character is able to do. Not just line of dialogue, mannerisms, but visual presentation of what exactly the character is doing, the overall look, and how exactly it's going to reflect not only the viewer, but how it's going to make an impact towards what the film is representing. Is exactly shouting out of what this character is going to specifically do. There's not that many like that out there, except for this particular guy alone. Keanu Reeves, this right here was the thing that brought him back to fame. This particular one here is just, he's that type of guy who's a badass. Cool, calm, collected, has a lot of heart, but wants to get out of what he's doing. And most of all, it's him against the world. So my number 8 film of the year is John Wick 3: Parabellum. This film alone, now with the first two ones, there was a lot of creative shit that was going on in terms of its kills, action. With this one, there was a lot of things that was being played with that you didn't even see previously in the first two movies in terms of kills. Now, you thought a pencil was dangerous. Try going to a library and sitting down to at least attempt reading a book. Yeah, I think you'll get an idea if you saw the movie. So, a lot more creative action scenes going on, much more high-speed suspense, giving you so many creative elements of high-speed chase to everything that transpires throughout this movie to see exactly what's going to happen to John Wick next. Is he going to live or is he going to die? It all depends exactly what transpires. Now, we all know about the next installment. I'm fucking excited. So, that's number 8. All right, number 7. Now, I'm going to be mentioning the Oscars a lot specifically. Well, not the Oscars, but just awards in general. Because the thing is, within the next few movies that I'm going to be mentioning on my list, let's just say a lot of the actors who portrayed specific roles, you could say I would like to see not either get nominated or just get themselves an award for their movies that they were able to do. This particular guy alone, Taron Egerton, I would love for him to get either nominated or if he does get an award, I would be very happy because he hit it out of the ballpark, not just having the look, but mannerisms, legitimately sounding like him. Bohemian Rhapsody, take some fucking notes. Get yourself a pencil, a pen, or one of a felt pen. You know those pens that you dip it in ink, has like a feather on top. Yeah, practice your fucking cursive, learn your ABCs, one, two, threes, and arithmetics, and learn to draw a dick once in a while because Rocky Man, that right there is the dick and it's shooting out its cum stains right on that movie. So there you go. But yes, number 7 is Rocket Man. The film itself was incredible. Seeing a lot of outstanding songs from Elton John being played in this movie, like I'm Still Standing, Your Song, a little cameo appearance of Candle in the Wind, The Bitch is Back, Saturday Night, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, little cameo with that one. Benny and the Jets, just named quite a few of them, Crocodile Rock. A lot of amazing songs that was featured in this movie, and it was just amazing to see how each song was able to fit a specific mood, a specific tone of what was happening throughout the whole entire movie. And I love how they would take a biopic and turn it into something of a musical. Very creative, and I really will give the movie lots of respect for that. So that's number 7. Okay, coming in at number 6. Now, I haven't seen a good racing movie in quite a while. It's been at least a couple days, maybe a couple years. You can say. But the last most amazing race film I saw was Rush. That film was just incredible. Now, this one takes the Brutus the Barber beefcake up to another level. This one right here, in terms of storytelling, taking a biopic, and taking two great actors like Christian Bale and Matt Damon and putting those two together, having personal inner demons coming out, conflicts, seeing who the better company / better car, better man is, and seeing a nice recreation, seeing those specific types of cars brought into a movie like this again is just extraordinary. Number 6 is Ford v Ferrari. The film itself, it goes to a whole nother dimension when it comes to high speed racing, high speed extravagant storytelling. Taking a legit story like this and making it into an adaptation like this, giving you that visual look of what went down. It was just absolutely beautiful, and it just leaves you wow. So that's number 6. All right, number 5. Now, I've seen quite a few people talk about this particular one, bitching about it, saying, Thor, why was he fat? He wasn't supposed to be fat. Me. Motherfucker, did you watch the movie properly? Did you even, remotely focus on what was being explained? If you paid attention to the movie, then you would. It was legitimately explained exactly why Thor ended up being the way he was. Not only the becoming, but how he snapped out of it. It was explained in the movie! Holy shitballs. Alright, but enough about that. My number 8 is a movie that everyone has as their number 1, but for me, it's my number 5. Due to the fact, well, let's just say with my top 4, you'll be quite surprised. This particular gem alone was just an amazing send-off to the fourth wave into the MCU universe. This film, as you can say, arguably or putting down as fact. I'm going to move that putting down as fact that this is, you can say, a masterpiece of cinematic superhero achievement. Oh, by the way, just to let you folks know about MCU, you know what? I'm gonna play dumb here for a moment. Let me look up on the internet. MCU is okay. Hey Google. Okay, let me ask Google real quick. Hey Google. Hey Google. Google. What is MCU? Is MCU cinema?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is an American media franchise and shared universe centered on a series of superhero films, independently produced by Marvel Studios.
Okay. Hey Google. Is MCU cinema? I was right. Folks, Google doesn't fucking lie! Anyways, my number 5 is Avengers Endgame. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming at number 4 now. Folks, this guy has been getting... I personally think he's been getting shit on in terms of money-wise of how he's making. Not doing good in the theaters. This gentleman alone, Mike Flanagan, he is one of those guys who knows how to take an amazing concept, take something small and basic, and make it actually scary. He is to me one of the best. He's to me the best actor working today with the horror genre. He's creative. He's original. He knows how to bring logic in his horror films and make you understand why these things are happening to all these people, to what happens in his films, and it's just amazing. Look at Oculus, Before I Wake, Hush, Luigi's Origins of Evil, Gerald's Game. All those movies are great. Now, then we got this next one is the latest installment of films that he's done, Dr. Sleep. This right here, now one thing I love in cinema, I love in movies, is that if you take something from the original source material and add that to your modern day vibe, having a nice blend to it, I like that stuff. Having that new thing while paying true to the original, I like seeing that shit. I love seeing how creative you can get with that, and Mike Flanagan sure as hell did that. Danny Torrance, the motherfucker is an adult now. He's still struggling. He's a struggling alcoholic. He's got mental illness with the shit that happened at the Overlook Hotel that traumatized him and legitimately scarred him for life. He met a friend who shares the exact same gift of shining. We all know what that is. And from there, the film is just a fucking ride that starts off small on the hill, leading up to suspense. Then all of a sudden, once you reach the top of the hill, it's just a joyride from there. This film is absolutely crazy. So, I was completely surprised. This is my horror film of the year. Definitely one of the best, definitely one of the most underappreciated of the year. Actually, no, it is my underappreciated film of the year because it deserved to get much more recognition, much more love from a lot of folks. So, that being said, number 4 is Dr. Sleep. Number 3. Now, you want to talk about controversy where a bunch of offended fuckers out there are getting so upset about a bunch of things due to the fact that I said some offending things that hurt my feelings. I'm now upset. I'm now going to go on Twitter and rant about it because it hurt my feelings. Yeah, well, guess what? Back in the fucking day, there was a lot of offending things that was going on back in the 70s, 80s, 60s, you name it. Whatever film that was out there that was quote-unquote creating controversy, people didn't give two shits. People went to go out, see the movie, see if they liked and thought. not go on Twitter and be a little bitch about it. But anyways, with this one, I saw this movie. I had very low expectations for going in to see it. All I wanted to see was just a what if scenario, what it would look like if the Joker that we all know commonly, not just from comic books, but basic common superhero villain not knowledge of who the Joker is from the background history that we all know and love him for, but taking something different and turning it into something that's relatable, something that's anxious, while paying true to the most memorable moments that we know about the Joker that everybody, well, just remembers him by. And that film alone is Joker. The movie was just incredible. Now, again, with Joaquin Phoenix, if he gets some love with awards, whether he wins one or nominated, specifically if he wins one, again, I will not complain at all because his performance as the Joker was just, it was immaculate. It was relatable. It was intriguing. Now, I'm going to tell you folks one day. Now, summarize, you want me to tell you, want me to summarize this movie for you in one setting? All it takes is one bad day to set someone off over the edge. There's that, and it also can be relatable to another film called Falling Down. Has anyone seen that movie, Falling Down? No? You know, the movie starring Michael Douglas? No? Okay. Well, if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's definitely one of the most underappreciated ones. Falling Down was a film directed by a gentleman named Joel Schumacher. Yes, he made a good movie, and Falling Down was that picture, but I'm getting a little sidetracked here. Joker is just an incredible film about a man who's isolated, bullied, and just treated like shit by society. Personally can relate to that statement alone. Sets him off over the edge and becomes the villain Joker that we all know and love. But by the way, all right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 2, you all are going to be so damn surprised of what I'm going to have. That I'm gonna have this particular film high on my list. Now, you all know I like to bash on this company specifically for the horror and coming of age genre. Why? Because I hate their coming of age and horror films. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about a specific type of film that was just something I've been looking for in this company. Now, other films from A24 that I like, yes, I will give you some prime examples. I enjoyed The Spectacular Now. I enjoyed Locke. I thought The Disaster Artist was great. I thought the Farewell was an intriguing film. Another one I can say that was very nice, believe it or not, recently came out, was a surpriser to me. The Lighthouse. That was a really good film. And as for another one I could think of, was my personal favorite. This originally was my favorite film from A24. That was Ex Machina. After seeing this one, this to me was like, okay, there's a theory of alternative universe out there that there is the opposites, that how you are now in this alternative universe is the complete opposite of what you are. So say for example, if you're a good guy, say for example, okay, me, I'm a fucking asshole in this particular world. In the alternative world, I'm the nicest person that you'll ever know. Like, I'm not mean, I don't swear, I'm a good boy! Eating my good burger, drinking a good shake, eating a good fries, being a good sweet A plus straight honors student. Yeah. By the way, that was when in that alternative universe, I'm not drinking Pepsi. You know what I'm drinking? I'm drinking milk! Even though I actually don't mind milk that much. But getting to your point, I felt like the alternative universe theory was played in because this film, this had things that I was absolutely looking for in an A24 film. That is something suspenseful, something original, something creative, and something that just has you on the edge of your seat with a story that you will not even believe. I'm going to say this right now. This is the best A24 film I have seen. This is the best performance from Adam Sandler. I'm giving my whole respects, and I hope to Christ he actually gets some love at the Oscars for this performance, because this right here was just a gem. My number 2 best film of the year is Uncut Gems. Movie alone, a jeweler. Seems like a stand-up guy, but no. He lives for the life of greed. He lives for the life of gambling. he wants to win. But once he falls into a group of people that, well, ended up turning the tables for him, let's just say you'll just have to watch and you'll get an idea. This is a film that you're going to be extremely surprised with the events it turns out. So, my number 2 is Uncut Gems, and one thing I will say is this film also contained my soundtrack of the year. I love synthesizing music. All right, number 1. This movie. I when I talk when I like to talk about a movie that I absolutely praise the hell out of, I usually don't shut the fuck up about it. This is one of those movies that when I saw it, I couldn't believe with its cast, its story, its execution, its suspense, its thrills, and its and bringing an old school type of methods of taking a genre like a regular platform genre, but taking the old school ways of that genre from the past and bringing it into something new school of the new generation while paying true to the old school methods. I was just blown away. This movie, it took a simple concept of the board game Clue, for example. It added a mixture of, you could say, a few drugs, of cocaine, taking a sniff of cocaine, taking a shot of heroin, and drinking some Red Bull. Yeah, that's pretty fucking hyperactive if you ask me. And turn it into a stimulation that makes your butthole shit every 5 seconds. That's going making shit diarrhea. You know how a hippo is flapping its tail like this here and poop is flying all over the place? Yeah, that's what this movie's making your butthole do. Explosive liquidy mush coming out of your ass. This film is a rush, full of suspense, excitement, mystery, and I love how a film was able to take an amazing concept of who did it, a murder mystery, and just take it to a whole nother dimension while paying true to its old school format. People, I fucking love the hell out of this movie. I will go out of my way and will say I will buy this film on fucking Blu-ray. That movie is Knives Out. This film was just extraordinary. I can't praise this movie enough. Now, a lot of folks are probably this in the top 5, top 10, or honorable mentions. For me, it's my number 1. I will not stop praising this movie at all. So, with that being said, folks, that is my top 10 best films of the year. But as for right now, folks, stay tuned watching. Let me know down below what is your top 10 best films of the year. And stay tuned for more shit to come as always as we continue traveling down to the past, talking about the fond memories of what made cinema as it is, bringing the inspirations of what films we all know that you folks know today. Films, taking those types of films from the past, whether it's from the 1920s up into the 2000s or whatever, going back to the past, bringing back those memories to shit that is beloved or unknown to the general public, and just talking about them, having a good time. So with that being said, folks, ciao for now.